Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 28th of March. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Joel Sir.
Joel, great to have you on GPTV. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Been a couple of months. It's good to be back.
Is that right? You were on a couple of months ago?
I believe so.
Oh, good on. Well, if you believe so, then
I think I was.
Then I believe so. And if you think you were, and if you weren't, viewers, just check back through a few of the previous episodes of GPTV to see whether Joel was really there or not. But Joel, great to have you. You are doing so incredibly well together with your team, which just keeps growing and growing. Big weekend last weekend for your team.
Very big week. We sold most of our stock on the weekend, which was exciting.
Yep.
And a few with some good competition.
And some interesting things that I want to talk to you about, because you and your team is quite extensive. Essentially you, Darren Krongold, Sally Zellman, Daniel Fisher, we've got Idan Gutman, we've got Izzy Bracker, we've got Kevin,
Reno.
we've got Reno, we've got Maz, we've got Elisa. I hope that we haven't missed anybody else. We've also got Monique comes and goes from that team as well. So it's a big team and you're covering a lot of bases. But I want to come back because a couple of things happened to you on the weekend, which I think make interesting discussion on GPTV. Let's quickly review, though, what happened across the weekend. The industry had actually quite a good clearance rate on the weekend, which was 72%. So shout out to the industry at 72%. Although at Gary Peer and Associates we came in with
75.
75. Do the maths. How many from how many?
It was 20 out of 20. No,
it was 15 out of 20.
15 out of 20.
I will forgive you for not having the information at your fingertips, given the fact you're a bit rusty since your last episode.
Correct.
But
it was a while.
15 out of 20 for a 75% clearance rate, I think is outstanding, because 20 is a large number of auctions. So shout out to our team, shout out to our auctioneers who were busy with some interesting results across the weekend. Sadly, we've got so many people that say, I want my price undisclosed. It is the bane of our existence.
Sure is.
The undisclosed auction. And it's the bane of our existence because if you think about it, viewers, we can have 100 people at our auction. They can all see it was sold. They all know the price. 100 people go home across the weekend. They tell 10 people. 1,000 people now know the result. But either the vendor or the buyer has requested the price not be disclosed. So that happened right across our weekend, and we had some amazing sales. What was the standout sale for you across the weekend?
I'd say the standout sale was probably Lambert Road in Caulfield North.
And you and the team were responsible for that.
Correct.
So take us through that, because that was, whilst the price is undisclosed, we sold it for hundreds of thousands of dollars above the reserve. Talk me through why that went so well.
I think just from the beginning, the owners took all of our advice. So they got our stylist in the home, they dressed it up beautifully. I also believe in this sort of price point, there isn't a lot of competition. So a lot of these young
Competition
families,
from other properties?
Correct.
Is that what you mean?
Correct.
Yep.
So the stock in this sort of price range is a bit limited.
Yes.
We had fantastic numbers going through, and you did your part on the day, which got us a good result.
You made an interesting point, Joel, because I said to you, what was the standout? Why did it go so well? And your instant response to that was because our vendor took all of our advice. And I don't think either of us are being smart when we say this. It's not like, aren't we great? But essentially, where we do have a client that follows all of our advice, now that's generally around staging, getting the house ready, whether it be painting, whether it be hire furniture, whether it be the garden. So you gave him all of that advice, of which when I walked into the property on Sunday, I saw a property that was fresh. The garden was perfect, the staging was great, it had been freshly painted, all of the maintenance had been done. They didn't spend a huge amount of money. Probably in the scheme of things, I'm thinking $20,000 to $30,000.
A little bit more, but...
Okay, so let's call it $40,000. Now, I'm not being flippant, viewers, with $40,000, but when you put in $40,000, this is a home that sold hundreds of thousands of dollars above the reserve. So they've taken your advice around presentation, also around marketing, I believe.
Correct. So they advertised in all the websites, with social media as well.
Yes, that's Instagram,
correct.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yep. So couldn't got it out there more, and across the team, everyone was telling their buyers about it. So I think the box was ticked everywhere.
So we had 5 people bidding for this property. Viewers, just to put it in context, whilst the price is undisclosed, it did sell hundreds of thousands of dollars over the reserve. We had a 1.3 to 1.4 quote range.
Yep.
Our vendor's reserve was in that range. First bid though was 1.5 million, and then went on to sell for many hundreds of thousands of dollars more. So viewers, if our clients follow all of our advice, and our advice is generally around presentation and marketing, then magic is more likely to happen. So shout out to the vendors there who sold well. Shout out also to the buyers, because when a property sells competitively and a buyer has to buy it competitively, when we resell it, it's amazing how often
More times than
the
none.
pattern gets repeated. So great properties. So well done. So that was one of the standout auctions. Anything else stand out for you? Because I know what stands out for me about what you did on the weekend.
What did I do? I mean, I also sold 2 before auction.
Yes.
I also had a property in Bella Vista,
Yes.
which we thankfully got sold over the weekend as well.
Which is one that I want to talk to you
Yes.
about, because we had a range there. We had an auction where we had a buyer that performed in the range. We then had a vendor, and this is interesting because vendors are allowed to change their mind on reserve price. Our vendor that morning had gone and seen something in Malvern that had gone much better than the agency's campaign had expected. So again, a really strong result. They came back to their home in Bella Vista and said, look, we've just seen something that's comparable, albeit in Malvern, sell well in excess of the top end of the range. We now are feeling much more bullish about our reserve price. We had buyers that had been there a couple of times during the campaign. We passed it in, we negotiated. The vendor took the evening and overnight to consider the offer, and then did take it the next day. But you and the team are done, kept the pressure on the buyer and made that happen. So within 24 hours, that property had been sold. Now, your team did the same thing in Clarence Street, slightly differently. Clarence Street in Elstonwick, great property. We passed it in on a vendor bid. We had a couple of buyers there, but just could not find a way to perform. What happened next?
And then next, we sent out a message to the team saying that the home had passed in. All of a sudden,
Which is
our
what we
phones
do.
ring.
Which is what we do, viewers. As soon as we pass a property in, our entire selling team is sent a message saying, "Send your buyers."
Yep. So shortly after, Daniel Peer is there with a buyer.
Yep.
Daniel brings them in, and lo and behold, we start getting some activity and get a couple offers on the property, and we sell it 24 hours later.
And again, sold within 24
Correct.
hours, and sold for a good price. So viewers, we're very proud of the way our team gets behind our passed-in properties. And one of the reasons we do sell so many of our passed-in properties within 24 or 48 hours, the team knows that it's absolute game on for any passed-in property, because we know our vendors are disappointed that they didn't sell on the day, but our commitment is always ongoing. So shout out to the team, your team. Shout out to Daniel who did the deal there. So your team really performed well. Also, you sold a property in Horsley Avenue, which had been around for a little while, and thank you to the vendors for staying strong and sticking with us. But that's great to get that away. So all in all, your view, your feeling of where the market is, because this is the last Tuesday of March in 2023, which scaringly means the first quarter of the year is done and dusted.
It's a bit scary thinking about that, and having Easter holidays. And
It's coming right up to us.
my view on the market, look, I think as I'd mentioned before, it's probably stock.
Yes.
So forget all the doom and gloom in the newspapers, because with interest rate rises, there is less stock out there, that's why we're still seeing competition. Everything is still selling.
Yes. So do you think the market is in balance? I mean, if you think about it, there's less stock on the market, but 75%, or let's just stick to the industry clearance rate, 72% is a healthy clearance rate.
A normal market.
Yeah. So we've got less stock, which means the buyers that are out there have less to choose from, which is perhaps this is self-regulating. And in fact, if you think about it, interest rates have gone up, caused a bit of confusion amongst buyers. There are some buyers that are sitting on the sideline. As a result of that, there are some sellers that are sitting on the sideline. And but the market's self-regulating, because because less stock means buyers are having to choose from what's there. But I think 72% is the sign of a well-balanced market. Having said that, we desperately need more houses, more apartments in all price ranges. Interestingly, Joel, and I appreciate your view because you're doing a lot of work at the top end of the market. If you think about it, why wouldn't you jump in 2023? Prices have pulled back. One thing we do know is that as soon as interest rates stop going up, and that sort of the buyers now know what they're dealing with, we just know the market's going to jump, don't we?
And you're giving that message every week in your auction spiels. It's people like to wait to see what's happening, but last week we had 2 apartments that had 7 bidders across them. So there are people there with confidence. But my message is just go out there. Don't wait around. If it's the right place, go for it.
Just to finish off talking about the top end of the market, Ontario sold well. Congratulations to the vendors. Beautiful, beautiful home, an architect-designed home by Avi Milder. Interestingly, bought by somebody that wants to send their kids to one of the local schools and has moved accordingly. So great to get that over the line. A property that we didn't sell on the weekend, which I absolutely viewers think this is a screaming buy. Number 142 Kooyong Road, which is on the corner of Airdrie Road. Over 1,000 square metres of land with a frontage to Airdrie Road, which means when you build a new house there, you can have the most incredible northern exposure, never to be built out. I think that's a screamingly good buy. We've now got a reserve there of $3,495,000. So I think that won't take long for us to get that sold. But let's talk about the weekend that's coming up, another busy weekend.
24 auctions this weekend. You'll be busy.
Oh, we're going to be busy. I'm going to have a big carb load dinner on Friday night. But we come out of the blocks this coming Thursday in Rosstown Road with a commercial property that Graham Callan has been looking after and is also auctioning. Tell us about that.
So a good little pocket over there, 70 square metres will be a good buy for someone.
Yeah, terrific opportunity to buy yourself a small commercial investment or something for owner occupation. Also on Thursday evening, we've got apartment 8 at 1303 Glen Huntley Road, Carnegie.
Really good 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom with an off-street car space as well. This apartment also does have a balcony, so should hopefully go well on Thursday. Get
ready for a busy Saturday. Saturday is 1st of April, which is April Fool's Day, but you'd have to be an April Fool to miss out on number 24 Devoy Street in Oakley South.
Devoy Street, 2-bedroom home, also a good generous land size of approximately 600 square metres.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity. Also at 10:30, we've got apartment number 9 at 209 Dandenong Road, Windsor.
Really good 1 bedroom, good security in this building, and also a separate bathroom as well.
Shout out to Nikki Janover, who is handling that property, and Jeremy Rosen, who has auction honours. At 11:30, we've got 4 auctions, so that's going to be a busy time slot. At 11:30, we've got apartment number 14 at 16 to 18 Dean Avenue in Malvern East.
Yep, so that is a good 2-bedroom in the modern building where you'll see Michael Jonas there.
Wonderful, and Jeremy Rosens has auction honours. 21, apartment 21 at 27 Dramana Avenue in Bentley East.
Beautiful modern townhouse. It's a 3-bedroom townhouse, 2 bathrooms, and also in the McKinnon Secondary School zone, where that's picking up a lot of interest.
Absolutely. Leon Gusenfitter has been handling that, our partner in our Bentley office, and Gary Peer, no less, has got auction honours. We've got apartment number 14 at 7 Hudson Street, Caulfield North, but a bit of a shout out here. I think that one's going to be sold prior to the auction, but if it is still available, a great opportunity to buy a wonderful 1-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment. You've had the honours of handling 8 Nelson Street, Caulfield South, but give us the drum on that. It's sold,
so that one is now sold. We sold that last week.
Yes.
And sold stickers up. Very happy buyer and seller.
Wonderful, wonderful. Reduces Simon Radolnik's... oh no, I was doing the auction.
So you can have another espresso.
Yeah, that'll be my fourth for the day on Saturday. Now, thank you for selling that prior to auction. At 12:30, we kick it off with villa number 4 at 1276 Glen Huntly Road, Carnegie.
Villa units are always very popular. So this is a 2-bedroom villa unit, which is handled by a Viv, and hopefully will go quite well. It's also got a bit of outdoor space there as well.
Very attractive price range there with a $500,000 to $600,000 range. I think the SOI on that is $510,000 to $560,000. Aviv Samuel is teaming up with his auctioneer brother Lior, who will have the auction honours. That's a 12:30 auction. Also at 12:30, Gary Peer, who is away at the moment, hence you're standing in for him. Viewers, if you're missing Gary, where is he? He is at a conference dedicated to learning more, and quite frankly, he needs to learn more. But he'll be back in time to auction 56 to 58 Rosamond Street, Balaclava. Now, this is two houses, separate parcels of land. This is a great opportunity to buy something fabulous, and you're right as part of the Balaclava Groove. You're just behind, you are behind the fabulous cafe being Las Chicas. You've got the train station literally meters from where you are, but that is an outstanding opportunity. 23 Bayview Street, Elstonwick is you.
It is. So that auction is this weekend. It's a beautiful 4-bedroom home on about 500 square metres in a really nice cul-de-sac there as well. So
Bayview's great.
Yeah.
You can walk to everywhere from there. So you will hopefully be making me look good by having a competitive auction. Bayview, tremendous address. At 1:30, we've got 3 auctions at 1:30, 109 at 462 to 464 Dandenong Road. We've got the mighty Michael Jonas team working collaboratively with Rafi Joffe and being auctioned by Jeremy Rosens. How many bedrooms?
this is a great 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in a modern complex.
Beautiful complex there, basement parking as well. And then we move on also at 1:30 to 1 Patterson Street, Carnegie, where I'm going to be meeting Leon Gusenfitter. I've got auction honours there. Tell me about that.
So there's a nice 4-bedroom home, also with the pool as well. So I think that should hopefully go quite well this weekend.
Yeah, what a great address and what a great package. We then finish 1:30 time slot, and that's it for the day at apartment 7 at 375 Neeram Road, Carnegie.
So I think this will be quite popular. It's one of the split-level apartments, so more like a townhouse living.
It is really a townhouse, isn't it? Very rare to find a 1-bedroom townhouse, but that looks like a terrific property. Graham Callan has been handling it and is also doing the auction, so shout out to Graham. You're going to have a busy day. Joel, that wraps up a very busy Saturday, but let's have a very busy Sunday. At 10:30, we've got 2 auctions. 102 at 356 Orong Road, Caulfield North.
Just above our office there.
Yeah, well, it's not technically above our office, I suppose, but it is above the Woolworth supermarket. Tell me about that.
So we sold quite a few in this block. This is handled by Maureen. It's a 2-bedroom apartment with some nice views as well. So hopefully they'll go well over the weekend.
Do you know what? I love that building, Joel. And, you know, if you think about it, if you buy into that building, you're sitting upstairs above a village shopping centre. So, you know, whilst it comes with a car space, do you need a car in that position? Not when you're on top of a little shopping strip. And on top of it, you can walk to the tram in Dandenong Road. You can walk up the road to the Armadale train station. So I reckon that's cosmopolitan living at its absolute finest. Also at 10:30, we've got a fabulous auction that Nikki Janover has been handling, and I've got auction honours, number 40 Wilgar Street.
Yep, fantastic elevated 3-bedroom brick home.
Yeah, and Wilgar Street in East St Kilda, walking distance to our office as well. A wonderful, wonderful home and an incredible street. At 11:30, we have 3 auctions. 108 at 37 Park Street, Elstonwick. Daniel Peer has been handling. Simon Radolnik has auction honours.
A building that's very familiar to us, also with close proximity in a really good location. So this is just on Glenira Road on the corner of Park Street. Good 2-bedroom in the modern building with outdoor space.
And again, facilities downstairs and a basement car park. And that's got lovely aspects as well. So really good apartments. We move on to home number 10 at 3 Wilk Street, Caulfield North. Now, I love this development. Tell us about this.
So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse. It's also got access to the communal pool in that building, which I just think is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So that's auction on Sunday at 11:30.
I love that. If you've got no intention of buying a property, let alone if you do, come and have a look at this development, because you're right. This development sits upon a massive basement where everybody's got car parking and some have got lock-up garages. But you're right, beautiful swimming pool in this development, outdoor, seriously gorgeous landscaping. So that is a fabulous home. Our final auction at 11:30, not our final auction for the day, but just our final 11:30 auction, is 25 Frederick Street, Caulfield South. You're handling it, I'm auctioning it. Tell me, what am I auctioning?
Hopefully it'll make you look good. So this is a beautiful 4-bedroom home. It's been really popular, actually. So 4-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, 2 car spaces, and auction this Sunday. Good luck to the vendors.
Brilliant. Look forward to seeing you there. At 12:30, we have 2 auctions, but we have the piece de resistance, which is 27 Aruna Road, which has to be one of the best 60s houses you're ever going to see. It's also on a magnificent parcel of land, and it's also in Aruna Road, which is without question one of the top 5 streets of Caulfield North. Tell me about this incredible home.
So stunning 5-bedroom home in Aruna Road with a west-facing back garden on 900 square metres of land.
Wow.
Really good accommodation, few living zones and auctions.
Swimming pool, cabana, that's the Rolls Royce of 60s homes. So if you are a fan, come down to that one and have a look and hopefully put up your hand, because there really is the most amazing opportunity. 12:30, one last auction at 12:30. We have 1 Narrawong Crescent in Caulfield South. Leon Gusenfeld is handling that. I'm auctioning it. Tell me about this.
So that's a refurbished 4-bedroom semi-detached home. We've sold this before in the past, and it was quite popular as well. So
if you're looking for something incredible, this is it. We have sold it before, but it was popular then. It'll be even more popular now, because that is significant real estate. We move on to an auction at 1:30, 2:30 and 3:30. So we're in the home straight. At 1:30, we've got number 5 Leeburn Avenue that Sally Zellman is handling. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to talk about this home, because I think this home is incredible. It's an architect-designed home. I'm not sure you could ever afford to build this home again. The people that built this absolutely were so pedantic in getting their design working perfectly. I think they nailed it. It's an interesting home. It's got massive entertaining areas, beautiful bedrooms. The main bedroom is like the suite of a luxury hotel, if you could afford to stay the night in a luxury hotel that's as good as that. You've got an indoor swimming pool. You've got an indoor home theatre that is incredible. So everything about this house, including the address, the parcel of land, is just, blue chip, A-grade designer real estate. I'm excited for that at 1:30. Meeting Sally Zellman there, who's had the honours of handling that property. 2:30, 7 Sidwell Avenue. Well, what a cracker of a property this is.
800 square metres in Sidwell, brick homes, 4 or 5 bedrooms, double story. It's been very popular as well.
As it would be, because it's the most beautiful period home, but it's got all of the modern luxuries inside, and it is on the west side, so you've got the most beautiful back garden. You're also in Sidwell, walking distance to Carlisle Street and the tram on your doorstep. So a family-friendly position, but more importantly, you've got access to everywhere you want to go. Last auction for the day is, again, another premier listing at number 6 Lempriere Avenue, St Kilda East. Now, before you tell us about it, Daniel Pierre's been handling it. I'm doing the auction. Lempriere Avenue, if you've never been to Lempriere, drive down Lempriere Avenue, comes off Balaclava Road, ends up at the Green Meadows Park. It is possibly one of the most beautiful streets in Melbourne. And interestingly, one of the few streets in Melbourne where somehow they decided to put all the electricity poles under the ground. And it's worth going to have a look at the street just because of that, because it's extraordinary. But tell us about the house.
So this is also a stunning brick family home, 5 bedrooms in, as you mentioned, Lempriere, which is a fantastic little pocket.
And this is the most beautiful period home that's luxurious inside. You can move straight in and get on with life. Joel, that wraps up a very busy weekend. Hopefully we'll have a successful weekend, because we're pumped and enthusiastic and excited. We're also pumped, enthusiastic and excited about these 2 incredible feature properties. I'm going to talk about the first one, which is apartment number 52 at 503 Orong Road, Armidale. corner of Carbrook. This is an iconic building, and this is one of the best apartments in the building because it is in original but immaculate condition. It also has got the most killer views over Armidale, East Paran towards the city. So worth coming and having a look at. That's a fabulous apartment, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, massive entertaining areas, opportunity to turn it into 3 bedrooms. That is fabulous. And you're going to tell us about?
I'm going to talk about 1 Kinross Avenue in Caulfield North, which is also in a nice, beautiful cul-de-sac street. It's sitting on 540 square metres of land, also with a right-of-way access behind as well. So
yes,
land is hard to find at the moment. So
and that's an affordable property. It is really going to be best used as a parcel of land because the house has been fire damaged, but ultimately, subject to council approval, maybe you can use the house. I don't warrant it, but let's talk about the land. Getting 540 square metres in a position like that is so difficult. And this area, which is also where our office is that we're filming from, it is just the best location with the Caulfield Junction, Hawthorne Road, hitting Balaclava Road. So many good cafes there now. So,
and not too far from the Coles as well, the new development near the race course. Everything's at your doorstep.
Really, it's just become fabulous. So, Joel, great to have you on.
Thank
Always
you.
a great pleasure. I love working closely with you. You really are, and your team are doing amazing things. So great to share GPTV with you. Gary will be back next week. He'll be coming back fresh and with new learnings from his conference in Sydney. That is on the theory that it's not really a golf trip, but he promises me it is a conference. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.
And I'm Joel Sir. Have a great week. See you next time.